Do you know Rebecca Adams Rogers? Rebecca was a British servant girl, wife to William, mother of 7, Latter-day Saint pioneer, and our kidnapped grandma. Because her story is so memorable, we have reenacted it with her descendants. Long ago, there was a servant girl in England named Rebecca. She worked for the Rogers family. They were wealthy and proud silversmiths. William Rogers fell in love with Rebecca, even though he was the second son of the manor and she was a servant. They decided to elope. The Rogers family disinherited William, but luckily his grandmother gave him money to open a shop where he made sword blades. William and Rebecca were very happy together, but when she was pregnant with her 7th child, Emma, William got sick and died. Widowed Rebecca raised her children and ran a shop on her own, and she was known for her yummy sausages. One day, the Mormon missionaries came to town. Rebecca and her family listened and loved the gospel. Their whole desire was to leave England and go to Zion. But Rebecca couldn't afford the trip for everyone at once. They saved money and went to America 1 or 2 at a time, every few years. Finally, it was Rebecca's turn. She had waited so long. She left her city of Birmingham with its shops and canals and traveled to Liverpool with its ships in the harbor. Now she was an older grandma facing a long journey. Like many others, she traveled with hope in her heart and faith in her footsteps. Rebecca and the saints took a train to Nebraska, braving Civil War soldiers and aggressive Indians. There, a surprise was waiting for Rebecca, her son Thomas. Thomas had gone to Utah years ago, and he did not like it. He came to warn his mother to return home and not cross the plains. He said the trip would be hard, and she was old, and Utah wasn't worth it. Rebecca was upset. She loved her son, but she also loved the Lord. She knew she was supposed to go to Zion. She refused to listen to him. Thomas thought he knew what was best. He returned dressed up like a tramp and kidnapped his mother. Rebecca was able to escape and rejoined her wagon train for the long trek west. The journey was achingly hard. They were the last ox team of the season to travel, and the group lacked food. The heavy November snows in Wyoming were bitterly cold. Rebecca's hands and feet froze. At last, she reached Salt Lake City. She had succeeded in her life's dream. Rebecca rejoiced to see her children again and the fulfillment of all she had worked for. Yet she was so sick from the journey that she died the day after she arrived. Nevertheless, her brave legacy lives on. Rebecca served her fellow men and most of all the Lord. And now you know British pioneer, kidnapped grandma, and servant of God, Rebecca Adams Rogers.